Shout out.
We were recording at random times. We were recording random days too, so there's that as well.
He's like, oh yeah, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Oh shit, man. Man, welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keeps podcast, the only podcast. And I mean the only podcast. Well, we just do something different every day.
Yeah.
Today was not one. Well, I was going to say today was not one of those days, but
it's for sure different right now.
It's definitely different.
Exactly.
Before we get into all of the meat, potatoes, all that stuff, like everything that we have to go into, don't let Elon Musk, Donald Trump, all of these other non-Africans distract you from the important things in life.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
It's getting real surgical in here.
That's what happens when you're with black women.
Exactly.
Life-changing.
It's life-changing.
Life-changing.
Shout out to the boy. Shout out to the boy.
I was wondering when you're gonna bring that one out.
One more time.
That's what happens when you're with black women.
Dana's hilarious, bro.
They can never make me hate this nigga,
bro. I need them to go. I need that to go viral, bro. Because
I want it to go viral.
I'll be waiting for them to go viral, bro. It's gonna happen for them soon, bro. I'll be waiting for them to go viral, bro.
Yeah, they had that one beggar. They had that one Silver Surfer beggar. I fucked with that. I know they do for. I know they do for another one.
Exactly, bro. They be having bangers, bro. They're gonna get one soon, bro.
Oh man. If you're new to this, want to be a part of the community, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget
donations.
Don't forget that.
Donations.
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that.
You do have the power. You do have the power.
You do have it.
And remember, if you say no,
I beg your pardon.
Stop.
Exactly. We need to. You saying no, you need to rethink that. Rethink that choice.
What you saying no for? I'd rather you stay silent than to say no. Fuck, nigga. Anyway, but to the loyal contributors.
All I hear is since that check came in. I love it when you talk to me. My cat's Rescind. My cat's Rescind. I love it when you talk to me. My cat's Rescind. My cat's Rescind. Since that check.
Every time. We got a lot of things to talk about. If you see me some, well, there's a few things that we must go.
We have a lot to
depth into, nigga. You feel me? But let's go ahead and let's get rid of the shit that we just don't care about.
We do not care.
We just don't.
We do not care.
Give a fuck about. First things first.
Kellen Moore, he is the new head coach for the New Orleans Saints. Congratulations. Don't really care.
I'm not clapping for that, but I'm sure whatever y'all got in New Orleans is cool. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Another thing that we just don't care about. I don't care about it so much that I got to go back to the notes. Yes, the Jets are done with Aaron Rodgers. Ooh, who would have saw that coming?
I'm happy for the Jets. I'm happy for Aaron Glenn. I'm proud of that black man. He's like, you know what? Let me get this cancer out of my locker room. They said I seen a report that was like Aaron Rodgers was like sort of begged them to stay. He's like, please just give me 1 or 2 more years, and it was like, there was like, if you want to stay on the Jets, you can't go on Pat McAfee no more. That was like one of the conditions they had,
and that was his kryptonite.
I guess
that's what gave it up for him. He said, "Oh no, wait, oh no." I had to do some extensive research on this black man real quick. Had to do it real quick, and I'm glad to say, ladies and gentlemen,
that's what happens when you're with black women. Life changing.
See what happens
Aaron
when there's a
Glenn-
black woman in your arms?
Aaron
Good
Glenn with
things
his
happen.
black wife and his black family and his black kids, bro, is amazing. And now he's the head coach. And he was cold. Like, I think I was talking to you like
Yeah, he
when,
cold.
a couple
Yeah, we
weeks
saw the
ago.
highlights.
I didn't know he was that good, bro. He was sort of cold. I was like, dang.
I was saying, you know what I mean? You go into a situation like this, and they get rid of the other Aaron too.
And he from Texas too.
What more you want? You know what I mean? Like, great.
It's a win. It's a win for us. It's a win for the community.
It's a great win for the community. And speaking of things that's great for the community, I will mention them one more ill
We do not care.
that happened to the black community of We Don't Care. Anthony Edwards. Don't think I forgot about you, buddy.
I did forget. I did forget.
Don't you think I forgot about you, buddy? You see, every time we did this pre-pod, I'll say it every time. I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna find something that wasn't in the notes to bring back up. Yeah, and I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
For those who know, no, I don't care and don't feel no.
I feel bad.
no-
Feel bad for that baby though. Feel bad for that.
I
baby.
do. That baby, he did not ask. He or she did not
Yeah.
ask for that. That's crazy. 'Cause why are you shacking up with the nigga that said send the video last year and thought you was gonna be?
That's
with
like he's like third, fourth, baby. Like it's. And I think all his kids is like 1 year old. So he made some interesting life decisions, but
And they swear. They
he caught up
swear.
basketball, so nobody cares. So
And they swear we ain't got no hood niggas in the NBA no more. They swear.
Craig, shut up.
They swear we ain't got real trench babies out here, man. Damn.
Racist.
Damn. But things we do care about. Obviously the Super Bowl recap.
Yeah.
And also weekend. That's our mains right there.
The
And
two packs of ass.
Let's go ahead and start.
The
Let's
two
go ahead and
cheeks
start
we have to talk about.
Let's start with the first cheek. Is that a pause if I say that?
No, bro, because it was cheeks. Bro. It was pure cheekery we watched.
Oh. Yeah, a real black man won the Super Bowl. That's what. That's how we started off. Happy Black History Month. Sorry, Patrick. Your Black History Month.
That was during his half of black, or maybe his half is
No. His start actually today. His half start today.
Oh, yeah. Happy Black History Month, Patrick Mahomes. To
Hey,
Brittany
low-key,
Mahomes, I have nothing to say.
Hey, real quick. Do you feel like, because people be joking about like the biracial, like they only get half of a Black History Month. Do you feel like they get to choose which half they get?
I think I was talking with somebody about this. We was watching the Super Bowl because they're like, oh my gosh, Patrick Mahomes not black. And I was like, it's just half of the month. I think like if your dad is black, you get the first half of Black History Month. If your mom is black, you might get the second half of Black History Month. That's how I feel like it should be divided properly. And if it's like a leap year, since it's the 29th, you each get like that half day. So I feel like that's how it should work. Yeah, you get half the day.
That motherfucker expire at noon.
Yeah. Expires at noon and go to the other part.
That's okay. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I feel like a lot of people celebrate the front half of Black History Month more than the back half. I think everybody like is a lot more public on that first week of February. That back half is like, we still here, but
they already went through all the celebration, the IG post and this, that, and the third. They already went through all of it. They don't feel like they gotta say nothing no more.
Exactly. Right. So good to keep that in mind. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the Super Bowl beatdown.
Yeah.
Jackson, look, the floor is yours. I don't even know where to start with it.
I just want to talk about like one. Did we both predict the Chiefs would win?
We did.
I think we both. Yeah, we both did. We should have realized that. Sometimes it's just like the better team wins because that's exactly who won. The better team. We've been watching the Chiefs all season, sort of barely squeak out win. So we should have seen this come. We really should have seen this coming when like the Chiefs or when the Grim Reaper. I mean, when Bryce Mahomes. I mean, when Bryce Young played. I keep calling him the wrong name. When Bryce Young played the Chiefs, and they almost won that game. And I think the Panthers had like 5 sacks then, and like the Panthers don't even have a defense. So that's how we should have realized that. Dang, it's probably going to be tough when the Eagles and all their Georgia defensive players play the Chiefs, and that's exactly what happened. It was over pretty fast. I think the final score was like 40-22, but that's just because the Chiefs scored like 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, because it was 40-6 for the longest time, and I was just like, dang. And I know they did like the whole Gatorade bath with Nick Sirianni. They did that before the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter. Like, it was just a real thorough, like real thorough belt to ass. It was real thorough. It was
hey, man, some might even say free bull. You feel me?
Goodness gracious. But I'm not gonna hold you. One thing though, I feel like I would really want to, if I'm a player, of course I want to win the Super Bowl, but I really want to go to the parade if I'm a player. That's really the thing I would be looking, because in parade looks so
lit as fuck. That parade,
bro, they just be publicly intoxicated in the middle of the street and celebrating.
If you was a football organization and you could pick any team to have a Super Bowl, which city do you feel like would throw it the best? Like
that would throw it the best is 100,000%. Like, I mean, I would actually.
This is a tougher decision than you think. Yes.
Cause I was finna just go like, oh, New Orleans easy, because it's like Mardi Gras soon. It's New Orleans party city. I know it goes stupid as like when the Saints won that Super Bowl. I know that parade was crazy.
I know that shit.
Then I started to think. I know you said city, but I started thinking like the organizations, and I just know if Dallas ever wins a Super Bowl, I just know that parade.
Nigga, I'm flying down. Nigga, I already told my boss, like, nigga, I'm flying down. Nigga, I will make the trip. Nigga.
Yeah. If Dallas ever wins a Super Bowl, which I don't know, because let's not even get into that. But if that ever happens, I know that parade's going to be packed. It's going to be so much going on. They have to shut the whole state. They have to shut the state down. It's going to be amazing. But honestly though, I'd say New Orleans. If I had to just go based off city and not organization, it'd be New Orleans. They had the best parade.
I think they'll have their top 2 parade easy. It's just something about the starvation of a Dallas Cowboys ring that really is just like, they really might fuck something up. They'll
destroy the city. It'll be amazing.
Yeah, they definitely would destroy the city. They damn near trying to do it now for other reasons. But
yeah, we'll get to that.
But I'm trying to remember, there was one more city I was thinking about. I was like, they could probably do some real. It could probably be a real thing.
Not for nothing, Philly's parade looked crazy too. So there's that.
Philly always gonna do some.
They was going crazy. That looked fun too.
Philly always gonna do some damage.
Yeah.
Low key, I'm gonna be honest with you. DC might do it. DC might rock that bitch. I'm not gonna lie. Now,
we have to
knowing them.
We're forgetting an obvious choice. Miami.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't think Miami?
You're right. No. I'm not saying they wouldn't. I just low key be forgetting about Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when the Raiders were when the Raiders were in Oakland, I know that parade would have went crazy. Yeah. But now it's in Vegas. I don't know how many people care in Vegas.
Low-key, I'm not gonna lie to you. Hear me out. Cleveland.
Wow.
Cleveland never won a Super Bowl. Nigga, everybody going. I remember when Bron won 2016. That shit looked insane.
But it's Cleveland, bro. I don't know about that one. Like I do see where you're coming from, but like Cleveland,
the starvation of that fan base.
Well, I mean, yeah, because if you're a Cleveland Brown fan, then you have to really love them.
Like you have to go out with a bang, bro. Like you have to do something.
There's no reason for you to be a Browns fan. So
Nigga, you would literally have to do something
life changing.
You would have to do something life changing, bro. If you're a Browns fan, because you don't. When are you ever going to witness that again in your lifetime?
Never. Because the moment the Browns win the Super Bowl, Roger Goodell will probably like cancel the NFL. He'll be like, all right, this is going too far. We need to figure something out.
We got to start rigging again. We got to start rigging again. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that.
Nah, but let's get into the real question that we're obviously here for. Wait, are you going to save that for your hot take for real? Because I'm going to bring up.
Oh yeah, no, that's going to be I'm going to save it for my hot take.
Okay, how did you feel about the halftime show? It was like, how'd you like
the thing about the halftime show? It's just now with Drake and Kendrick and the whole everything, you can never have a normal conversation about them anymore because it's just been ruined by stands and writers, and that's punishable by death, as I've oftentimes said. But like that halftime show, I'm gonna hold you. I couldn't even. Did I tell you about where I was when I was trying to watch the halftime show? Because I couldn't even watch it. Oh, we was at somebody's. Oh no, we was at somebody's crib. We were watching the game, and it was like a little party. So it was a whole bunch of people, but the sound bar didn't work. So we could hear it on like the TV, but it was mad quiet. So I was just like, we couldn't hear anything. So I just see Kendrick Lamar just doing this. I'm like, what is going? I don't know what's going on. So that environment was crazy. And then there was a whole bunch of people who was just by me, and I could just tell they didn't know what was going on. Like somebody walked in, and they was like, "Oh, who's performing at halftime?" I was like, what do you mean? These are all everybody in the story is black, by the way. So this is also blowing my mind. Who's performing at halftime? And I was like, it's Kendrick Lamar. You don't know it? And they're like, man, I like Not Like Us. And like, they're like, that song should win a Grammy. It needs like 5. And that's why I thought they were joking, because I was like, it just that literally just happened. But they were dead ass serious. And I was just like, what the heck is going on? And then when it finally got to the halftime show and like Kendrick came out and like the flag and everything, this one girl, she was like, I hope you perform This Is America. And I was like, I'm not in the right environment. I'm just not in the right environment for this situation. I was like, I'm not in the right place, bro. I shouldn't be here. I was like, I shouldn't be here, bro.
This nigga said This Is America.
I was just like, yeah, this is it.
Oh shit! She might as well have said she wanted to see Robin Thicke. Get
Bro,
the
I was like, all right, man.
Oh,
but when
God.
I finally was able to watch the halftime show, I didn't think like it was out of 10. I would have gave it like 7. It was cool. It was decent, but like I think he didn't really play all of his hits because everybody knows Kendrick had like major hits in this, that, and the third. But I think he sort of sacrificed hits for the message a little bit. Because I'm not an idiot. I got the message. Like, I'm not stupid. I see what he was talking about and how he had, like, Samuel L. Jackson, which was cool. I wish I could have heard it on the first time, but I had to go back and rewatch it and everything. But I appreciated all that Samuel L. Jackson had for the thing. He was like, he was playing the character of Uncle Sam and how he was telling kids, oh, this is too ghetto. This is too this is too that. You can't have it. Like, I got it, and I appreciate it. And I did like it, but as a whole, like, I've been to Kendrick concerts before. I've seen him on like perform at other events, whether it be Grammys and this, that, and the third. And it didn't really live up to that, but it makes sense it didn't live up to that because he had 13 minutes and he performed like 10 songs. So he got like 30 seconds a song, if that. So obviously it wasn't as good as some of the other performances, but it was still a great show. The thing I didn't like though, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, he wasted too much time talking about Drake and blah." I'm like, he played 2 songs. I'm like, what? But it's just
nigga
like
didn't even play Euphoria.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, he did.
But I was like, you can't. Like I was saying though, you can never have like a normal conversation about Kendrick or Drake anymore because stands.
Nah, bro.
Because
if you don't rank it,
you said what?
I said nah, bro. Because if you don't rank it a 10 out of 10, then it's obvious you missed the message, right?
No, like this, like it was good performance, but I'm just saying I've seen him do better. Like that's really it. And I just know, like, I'm going to his tour. Like, I know that was going to be insane. So I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna lie. Like it was hard to really, take in the performance on the first listen for obvious reasons. You know why? But after I ain't gonna lie, I was so busy in my work, I had no idea Serena Williams was crip walking the first go round.
Really?
Like, I was like, Serena in this bitch, and why she only in this bitch for 2 seconds?
That was funny when she was there. That was hilarious.
That was funny. I'm just like, I don't know.
Wait,
I don't know why.
You see all them people that was talking, or I know, like, who was it? It was Stephen A. He said something about Serena, and then Jason Whitlock also said something. Jason Whitlock is a hater in general, but they was like, oh my gosh, why is she dancing? She's still focused on Drake. I'd leave her. I was like, nigga, it's not that deep. And it was funny.
Nigga said, if I was married, so I'm gonna stop you right there. If you were married. He gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there, nigga.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
We don't give a fuck, nigga. Yeah, I heard that, and I'm like,
you're not. So what are we doing here?
And I don't know what Jason Whitlock said, but that nigga been invalid for a long time.
Wait, no, so you didn't see what Serena's husband replied to him with?
No, I don't know none of that shit.
Oh, let me. All right, I'm
yeah.
pull it up. All right, so I found the tweet. Let me share the screen because Jason Whitlock, everybody knows and dislikes him for obvious reasons. He quoted Serena Williams' husband. His name is Alexis, which is an interesting name for a male, but I digress. He in support of her. Jason Whitlock quoted it and saying, called him a beta male and a simp because she was crip walking. And so he replied and he said,
my God,
I get it. You're 57 and life didn't turn out the way you imagined. That kind of disappointment must be exhausting. You're the embodiment of peaked in high school, spending decades chasing validation from strangers through likes and digital hugs, only to find that no amount of external approval fills this void. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Criticism only fuels your victim complex, reinforcing the comforting delusion that there's some grand conspiracy against you and your brave ideas, when in reality, you just got terrible takes. It's a cycle: outrage, backlash, self-pity, repeat. This is a lonely road. There's still time to rewrite the ending. Start by working on yourself first. You'll find that if you wake up every morning trying to be a little better, a little more curious, you won't have time for irrational hating. You'll be too busy winning.
I had a
that was like Meet the Grams for Jason Whitlock.
I had a strict, no rooting for white people agenda that I was pushing,
especially during this month.
And I hate that Jason Whitlock is having me like borderline break. Michael, what the fuck? No, why? You're in the wrong if a white man can cook you like this on this month.
Nah, he fried him.
Get the fuck out this nigga. My God.
It's just, I get the first sentence. You're 57 and life is, I was like, all right, bro. The first sentence is really what did it.
So I get it. You're 57. Look. Yeah, there's nothing that could have prepared me for this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even when you said I got news for you, I still wasn't expecting this. Not 3 paragraphs.
Yeah. Normally I don't I hate reading all these long, because why are you posting that much on Twitter? But this was funny. So I'm glad I read that. It warmed my heart.
This was hilarious, I'm not gonna say kudos to that man. I'm just gonna slander Jason Whitlock for allowing me to borderline be on a white man's side on this national month. Fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting. What? And then what? I know he had a comeback. I know he ain't say peanut butter skin. I
Who
know.
Whitlock?
Yeah, I know he ain't say no. I know he probably responded to it. Nor do
I
I
don't know
care.
if he said anything.
I know
Yeah,
he
I
had
don't
to
care
respond.
about it. I'm not gonna look it up.
Yeah, he don't. that nigga don't let nothing go. But no, I'm glad. I'm glad niggas clap back. Real quick before we get out the Super Bowl, how did we feel about Tom Brady? How did we feel about Tom Brady commenting on the downfall? A lot of people made it seem like it was like the Joel Embiid tweet of that guy that was going to the funeral. To make
At
sure
the
that
funeral.
yeah. A lot of people was kind of giving that kind of vibe.
I'm not gonna hold you about the Tom Brady commenting thing. Like, I have no idea. I have no comment on that. I couldn't hear him. I thought the sound part didn't work.
Right.
I couldn't
You're
hear
right.
nothing.
And I ain't
had
gonna
no
lie,
idea.
it's not like
had
I
no idea
was
what to say.
listening, and it's not like I was listening to his broadcast from where I was at, because there were some different broadcasts I had to pull from. But definitely when I got back home and I was looking at like Twitter and stuff, yeah, nigga was definitely nigga was definitely subtle flexing for sure. And it
But
was
like the
actually
thing is,
stories.
this isn't even like Mahomes. I don't even think he's not even 30 yet. So this isn't even like the end of the GOAT.
Oh, it ain't even got nothing to do with Mahomes for real. It was just like, yeah, like it's one of those things. Like a play happens, and it's not even has nothing to do with Mahomes. He just
Okay.
Yeah, my 9 Super Bowls, man. Like I was like, all right, bro. All right. I see what's going on. And I can't hate. Like, hey, look, get your shit off. I would do the same.
He got the rings, bro. I seen him. Who's it called?
I think I've seen all of them. I think I've seen. I just don't remember. Like, I mean, obviously, I wasn't cognizant for the 2003 one. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't like his very first Super Bowl, but after that,
yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen. I think he had like seven Super Bowls, something like that.
Yeah, 7 Super Bowls. I know. I was coherent for at least 5 of bitches.
Yeah, I watched at least 5 of them. And then I've seen him in like 10 Super Bowls because he lost a couple too. So like I've seen them all.
Yeah, and I saw the loss. I was coherent for the losses. I'll let you know that.
I was happy about the losses.
I was cheering my ass off, nigga. Yeah, that's crazy because you hate the Giants.
I know that's the only time I rooted for the Giants.
Yeah, that's
those are the only time I rooted for the Giants and the Eagles because they're playing the Patriots.
I'm saying, bro, it really be the teams that I fucking hate that ultimately do the things I want them to do for Tom, like, against Tom Brady. But I digress. We don't have to keep going on and on with the Super Bowl. But moving on.
Yeah.
As we get out of yeah.
Not necessarily moving on all the way because we're still in the realm of football, but I guess quote unquote bombshell dropped this week, question mark, in whatever time frame it was, but Last Chance U, the Netflix show that I'm pretty sure most of us know and love. It's come out that players from season 1 and a little bit from season 2 of Last Chance U are filing a $30 million lawsuit against Netflix. It's 6 players, and they said their reputations were tarnished without compensation by Netflix's Last Chance U show. And real fast, like, I don't know why it never clicked to me that they weren't getting paid. Because obviously they weren't getting paid, but it's just like, dang. Everybody likes Last Chance U, bro. They should have been getting paid. It's crazy. But
I think that was also during a time where right? This was before NIL.
Fair enough.
So they could kind of definitely get away with it because there's definitely other quarterback shows that was going on. Remember, it was like the high school quarterback show on Netflix that was happening.
Oh yeah,
around that time.
That was with what's like Spencer Rattler. I think that's why everybody hated Spencer Rattler because he was like a dick in that. Yeah, show.
Spencer Rattler. There was like some other nigga that played in Miami for a hot little minute.
Yeah.
The white dude, but yeah, you get the picture. It's like so during that time. People was borderline. It was normal for people to be like, I mean, look, this is exposure for you to get to the D1 level again for some people. So that doesn't really surprise me too much once I just kind of put it in that shell. But I don't know if they're gonna win this. I mean, they might, but like, I'm not expecting them niggas to win.
Real fast though, the players that were in that lawsuit was John Franklin III. I remember he was a quarterback, and I think he played in the NFL for like a little bit, not as like a major player, but I think he got some like a little bit of burn in the NFL, like a return man or something, because he was a quarterback, but he wasn't an NFL quarterback. So they moved him to receiver. Anyways, Ronald Ollie, we all remember him. C.J. Revis, I sort of remember him. DeAndre Johnson, I don't really remember him. Tim Bonner, I don't remember him, but in Isaiah Wright, I do remember him. So like those are the people they're in the suit, and they played at EMCC. That was a college during the first 2 seasons of Last Chance U. But I mean, they definitely deserve to get paid because they need something for that show. 30 million is a lot. Well, I don't know if 30 million is that much, but it's sort of crazy to see because Last Chance U sort of helped them, but I can't see the point they're making how it tarnished their reputation because it made a lot of players look bad, but the players were also sort of doing bad. So I don't really.
I'm saying like you put a lot of these people were like putting a bad.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends. It depends on me personally. It does depend on the actual players that are filing for the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
That means something to me. Now, some of these people, I'm gonna be honest. If I don't remember you, how tarnished were you? Like, I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to be rude, but I'm like,
no, I mean, it could have been tarnished in the way like they're trying to get to another school and like they watch that Last Chance U and be like, oh, this guy, blah blah blah. We don't like him, so
interesting.
I could sort of see the point they're making, but
nah, there's first of all, they suing. There's people suing. I'm not saying they're suing the wrong people, but in general, Last Chance U, there should be a pecking order. Last Chance U shouldn't be getting sued first. Bishop Sycamore is right there. Bishop Sycamore is right there. Can we take care of more important things?
Ain't Bishop Sycamore in a lawsuit though? I'm pretty sure they are.
I need that shit closed. Like, I need justice to be served.
That need to be a closed case. Everybody I think everybody, like, I forget the coach's name, but everybody knows he's a criminal. Every single person. Like they beat up a homeless dude one time. He made them beat up a homeless dude one time. Like, he's an insane human being.
Yuck. Who was that guy from Last Chance U? But it wasn't EMC. It was the indie one. Is it Malik?
What guy?
That light skin quarterback.
Yeah, I forget his last name. His name was Malik.
If a nigga like Malik was trying to give me a lawsuit like this, I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of my face, nigga. You tarnished your own reputation the way you was acting. You was acting crazy.
I could be completely wrong, and this might be stupid, but didn't one of the people from Last Chance U go to Bishop Sycamore? Or maybe I'm just misremembering.
Hey, look, I don't remember that.
Because, like, I
mean, that's actually kind of crazy if that happened, but I just don't remember.
Because I think that's why he ended up there, but like I'm probably wrong, so if I'm wrong, forget everything I said. But I think that's
I don't think Malik went to Bishop Sycamore. He was playing D1 ball and then went down to Indy. I remember that. And then he went back up to some level of D1. I think Nevada State or some shit like that. Yeah, he was a Florida State quarterback. I remember that.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So okay, I was tripping.
Yeah, but I mean, look, I'm not saying that they not too far apart, but
yeah, but shoot. Everybody needs to be everybody needs to be sued. Is what I'm gathering from this.
Yeah, 30 million is a lot, and I would like to know like what kind of lawyer representation they're gonna have. I know Isaiah Wright was really vocal on Twitter talking about, yo, I'm trying to get on somebody's podcast. DM me, like I'm trying to tell my story type shit.
I did see that.
And I was very tempted. But I was like, let me sit this out. Let Let me sit this one out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure just yet, but you know,
we'll think about it.
Whatever platform they decide to go crazy on, I'll react to it. But bringing that nigga on this platform, I don't know. Not sure just yet. Yeah. Look. We'll see how it goes.
I hope it turns out well for the defendants, whether or not they get the 30 million. Maybe they get 1 million. I don't know. I hope they get something out of this, though. In all honesty, I truly do.
Do you think any of their experiences on Last Chance U hindered them from getting did more harm than good, in your opinion? I mean, I know they're giving a lawsuit, but from your point of view,
I could see. I didn't, of course, read the whole court documents and what exactly they were saying, but I can sort of understand what they're trying to get at, though, because more attention brings good and bad. Because it's good because you get exposure for these colleges, and then it's also a little bit bad because once people see you on a national stage or international stage with Netflix or whatever, they want to get at you more for whatever, whether it be money or this, that, and the third. And then even to another point, like I was saying, some of the players, it helped them, but it showed a undercover side. Because I think, who was it? I think it's Ronald Ali. I think they showed him smoking weed a couple times and stuff like that. And it's just stuff like that would be getting exposed, and their family backgrounds and this, that. I keep saying this, that, and the third, but it really be like that. So I can sort of see the point they're trying to get at. So I sort of see both sides of it, but like I said, I hope they get some money out of it because Netflix is a $1 billion corporation. They won't be sad if they miss out on $30 million, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and if we're being honest, they really did, especially Eastern Mississippi or East Mississippi, they really did backpack the show for what it is, and it's the reason why they have multiple seasons and why we became fans of the show. So name and mention likeness on the back end, you not hurting for that. You can I don't know if 30 million, but y'all can do something.
Yeah, they can.
But do you feel like do you feel like there's an onus to compensate everyone involved, even the ones that didn't? You know what I mean? Do you feel like more people would come into the woodworks if they were to successfully win a lawsuit?
I feel like everybody, I think everybody that was on that team should get a minimum sort of payment. I'm not saying it's going to be in the millions of dollars. Not saying it's going to be in the thousands of dollars. Maybe in the hundreds. But as far as the people get focused on specifically, I know Ronald Ali, and I remember there was another player. I think his name Bobby Bruce. He wasn't at EMCC, but he was there with another season. He should have been compensated because they focused on him a lot. Everybody, if focused on a whole lot, should be getting a lot. Should have got a lot, or they should get more than the whole minimum payment. They should get in the thousands or however much, the minimum payment should maybe be I don't know, 500 or something like that. But the main people should be getting way more than that. If anything, that's how I look at it, at least.
Do you think they should do that for every school that was?
For sure, yes.
You just do it for NDU and other school. Okay,
1,000%.
I'm surprised JB hasn't really talked about it. He talk about everything. His ass. But,
he'll talk about it soon. He'll talk about it soon. That's
not for sure. If not now, later. But yeah, we'll keep y'all updated as soon as we get some more verdicts on that as well.
Yeah.
But Jackson, it's basketball season. We have closed the chapter of football. It is basketball season now, my brother.
I miss football season.
And what a time. And why not start? Not with the All-Star, but with Lakers All-Star, Luka Doncic. I mean, I know he's not an All-Star for real, but we know, nigga.
He's still an All-Star.
He's an All-Star, my nigga. His debut with the Los Angeles Lakers. I think it was against the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, I think they played the Jazz twice or back to back or something like that.
Yeah, they flexed that game because that was not originally the game. I believe it was a Cavaliers game before then. They flexed it to ESPN at 10 p.m. and he played decent. And they blew out the Utah Jazz, and of course, in Lakers fashion, of course. Oh my God, like this team, shit. We can hit the conference finals just off the Utah Jazz win. And then they got blown out by the same Utah Jazz team the next day, and those competitions died down just a tad bit. But you know how Lakers fans get.
But in those games, in the win, Luka, he put up I think like 14 and 4, made a couple threes, or really made 1 3. He didn't play really good. He didn't play terrible. Then in the loss, he put up 16 and 4. He had 5 turnovers though. But watching those games, you could this probably don't really help Luka at all. But he did look a little out of shape. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe Nico Harrison might have cooked a little, just a tad bit on that one when he was like, Luka's so out of shape and he 270. But I don't think he looked 270, but he for sure looked very, very, very slow.
He did not.
I mean, he hasn't played since like Christmas, right?
Yeah,
he hasn't played since Christmas or before.
Yeah,
Christmas.
he hasn't. Yeah, like that nigga's been deep in December, and now we're in the middle of February. Exactly. And he was on a type of injury where he was on a scooter, like a one-legged scooter.
Yeah.
So I know he wasn't getting proper cardio. I think it's a testament that the nigga didn't blow up during them 2 months. Yeah. The way they be talking about the nigga, you would think
talking about him like he was Zion, bro.
Exactly. Shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, he'll have to play his way back into shape like he, you know, typically always does. So I'm not concerned about that. Nico was not cooking. Think of it burning the kitchen. Think of it burning the kitchen. My God. But in other news, because I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're gonna have to keep watching Luka, and
it's only been 2 games, so it's hard to get that much of a verdict. Yeah. I know they think they're gonna cook, but I mean, for them to cook and get to the, as Lakers fans like, oh, get to the conference finals and blah blah blah, they're gonna need a big man, and they thought they had a big man with Mark Williams because he was traded for Dalton Connect. Mark Williams, center for the Hornets, got traded for Dalton Connect, but the NBA for what did they do it? I forget why they rescinded the trade. So the trade was canceled because Mark Williams failed his physical, and everybody sort of knew Mark Williams had a bad back. But they were like, "Oh, this is even related to the back. He had way more injuries than Charlotte let on in the beginning, and blah blah blah." So they canceled that trade. So Dalton Connect had to get back on a plane and fly back to LA so he could be on the Lakers again. And I think he did play in that game against the Jazz. So that's sort of funny. But Mark Williams, he still hasn't actually rejoined.
Nigga still in LA. He don't want to believe it.
I mean, he thought he was going to be catching lobs from LeBron and Luka and fighting for a championship. And now he has to go back to a team that didn't really want him in the first place.
He got to go back to 47 days, 47 nights, nigga.
Yeah. And he got to play with the Hornets, who are not a good team right now.
Nigga got to go back to Miles Bridges and LaMelo Ball, who don't be on the floor for real.
Yeah. And
I'm supposed to, you know, feel some type of way that he don't want to come back. Nigga, I wouldn't want to come back, nigga. That's crazy. It's very common sense.
It's the evil world we live in, man.
No, I think when it comes to that Hornets trade, I remember there was a report out that Rob Pelinka said the Hornets came to us with the Mark Williams trade offer X, Y, and Z. And I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first heard that, I was like, nigga, stop fucking lying to me, nigga. Like you need a center. And they already said there was reports that you were actively shopping for, that type of center. And I'm supposed to believe that they came up to you, but then I had to think. And I was just like, if I was a scammer and I'm trying to give something away.
Exactly.
And I know you need something, I'm going to be aggressive. And they tried to finesse, and they almost got away with it.
They would have got away with it if it wasn't for the meddling kids, man.
Oh God. So I mean that just leads me to believe, because I think Jeff Teague said it best. Like, who out here really trading, a 22-year-old that's giving you 19 and 10?
Yeah,
at 22. That's fucking crazy.
Really good point. And he was right. Jeff T, he knows ball. He knows ball, bro.
Yeah, that's real. So I don't know how cooked this nigga's back is or whatever. I don't know how cooked it is, but it's a telltale sign.
I can't remember which team it is exactly, but one of them, whether it be the Lakers or the Hornets, is trying to like fight that trade to get the trade like retraded or whatever.
No, the Hornets are trying to do it because the Lakers rescinded it. Because all right, we didn't know all this shit. And the Hornets, being scammers, like, oh wait, look, you already agreed.
You want him, you take it. We don't.
Like, no,
we want that.
Now they're like, hey, look, we'll take Cam Reddish off. Yeah. We'll take Cam Reddish off. But come on now, y'all agreed to the trade. Y'all agreed to this. And then the Hornets, and then you remember the Hornets came out with that was that statement?
Oh, that was like we.
I forgot what they said, but they like, the other team.
Backhanded compliment for like Mark. It was very weird. So like, I really wouldn't want to go if they were saying stuff like that, because I think there was like, we made the hard decision to trade Mark Williams, but now we're gonna welcome him back with open arms because the Lakers approached us first, or something like that. And I was like, this don't sound real. This don't sound true.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Yeah,
I'm not buying none of this. But it's Charlotte, so what can I really expect from a 7-win team? So it is what it is. It is what it is. Get well soon, Mark. If ever, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
But real fast, how do you since we're on Dallas or since we're still sort of talking about the Luka trade real quick, how do you feel about Nico, or maybe not Nico, but the Mavs sort of what are they doing? They're like ejecting people that chant "Fire Nico" and have like the sign that say "We hate Nico" and stuff like that. They're kicking him out of the stadium, or they're kicking him out of the arena. How do you feel about that? Because I think it's hilarious.
I think they're soft. I think they're
very soft. But it's very funny they're getting kicked out.
It's very funny, and I hope they don't stop. I hope they continue to keep chanting "Fire Nico." And even when they started, I remember they did the owner.
The owner. He was like walking. He was walking into the game or whatever, and they started booing him. And he was like, "Is that like you couldn't hear of it, but you could read his lips?" And he was like, "Are they booing me?" Yes.
Yes, you dummy. And Mark Cuban trying to save face by like trying to kick other people, like trying to kick niggas out. I was like, Mark, and this, I'm not
going to distracting the team. Like, bro. Shut up.
First of all,
this is your fault for selling the team, Mark.
First of all, when it comes to Mark Cuban, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. All right. Niggas don't understand the underlying hate I have for that man. Low key.
Why?
Because niggas don't be forgetting. Nigga, this is karma anyway. You lost your player. I don't want people to forget what you did to the Lakers organization back in the late 2000s when they were supposed to have Chris Paul, and you was the reason why that shit got vetoed, nigga. It's divine intervention. He's the reason he was the whistleblower. He was the one that called it out. He was the one that went to the league and he called it out, and then ultimately David Stern vetoed the trade. But it started with Mark Cuban, because Mark Cuban was like, nah, this is not fair, my nigga. Stop this.
All right,
and David Stern was like, you're right. This is not fair. Veto. But yeah, it's well documented. Mark Cuban was the spearheaded. So the fact that the Lakers ended up taking your franchise star,
sort of funny. Poetic justice, if you will.
Life comes at you fast, fuck nigga. I don't care. I don't care. I hope they say fire Nico some more, my nigga. They even saying fire Nico, like apparently Nico Harrison. I guess he was an alma mater at SMU, or maybe I don't know why the nigga was at the SMU game. They was saying the chance there too, And unfortunately for you,
you can't kick him out.
You can't eject them niggas. Them niggas was chanting that shit all night long until you decided to leave, and then they cheered your ass out as you left. I hope that city keeps going and applying pressure, my nigga.
Actually, no. Did you see that one? There was a report got released that he's getting death threats and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I did see that, and he's like has security with him or some shit.
But then like there's another reporter. I think like ESPN, one of ESPN's guys, he reported that. But then another local Dallas reporter, he like called the Dallas police station. They were like, "Hey, is Nico Harrison getting any death threats?" And they was like, "No." So he called them out about that. Yeah, so them death threats are probably fake.
Not this nigga lying. This nigga. Come on, man.
This is all his fault. So
and you got Jason Kidd pissed.
Yeah, that's what you get, Nico. That's exactly what you get.
Anthony Davis is out. Daniel Gafford is out. Derek Lively is out. Why the fuck did y'all rush Anthony Davis to begin with? That was dumb as hell. You knew that nigga was injured. Like, bro.
That's what they
But
did.
I think a lot of people been talking about the conspiracy theory about all that shit with, them trying to. It's a lot, but it's a bigger play going on. Not necessarily that they're moving to Vegas, but they're trying to make Dallas like a gambling.
I saw about
city.
that. I don't know about Dallas is sort of too big of a city. I don't think they're doing. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
They just put a new team in Vegas, if anything.
No, but I'm saying they're not trying to move to Vegas. They're trying to lobby for it to have enough money to, renovate the arena. And in this new arena, there's going to be, casino stuff going on in the arena, but it has to get passed, by state officials and all that stuff. So they need their money. And at first I was like, okay, maybe that's a stretch. But if you look at the contracts of all the Dallas Mavericks, almost everybody that they've either traded for or is a moving piece, everybody contract expires in 2027. Everybody's done in 2027. The same year they would be renegotiating to do the lobby. You know what I mean? To have their money set to get it pushed, whatever. I'm like, there has to be something there because everybody on the roster is 2027. That's not a coincidence. That's a planned thing that you did.
But it could be a coincidence though, because like this whole saga is just telling us that they're stupid. So it could just be a coincidence. They could just be dumb.
They're not even stupid. They just like money. They're just money hungry. They just don't give a fuck about team success. Because apparently in Dallas, it doesn't really matter. As you know, on the football end of this, team success really doesn't matter in that city. We get to the money. It's sad, but I don't care. And Jax, I'm not gonna lie to you.
What?
I kind of want to go to that April 9th game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of want to go.
That's gonna be a game, man. Ooh, Luka gonna go 50.
I kind of want to go. I don't even care if Anthony Davis is not healthy. I know Luka's gonna be healthy.
It's gonna make it even funnier if Anthony Davis is healthy.
I want him to drop 70 so bad.
He's gonna drop 77. That'll be amazing. But we gotta keep it pushing because we're talking about other stupid things and sad things. So we might as well talk about NBA All-Star Weekend. And running through it real fast, the celebrity game happened. Nobody cared. The Rising Stars game happened. I watched a little bit of it. Did you watch it? I didn't really care that much of it.
I watched some just because the Thompson twins was there, but after that, I don't really care.
Yeah. And then, of course, we got to the dunk contest, the three-point competition. The skills challenge was hilarious because Chris Paul and Wemby got disqualified because they tried to sort of go around the rules.
Shit,
I don't know. Chris Paul and Wemby said I think that it was actually like Wemby's idea. And he said he went around and like asked multiple people that, hey, can I do this? Hey, can I do this? And they were like, yeah. And then he did it and they got disqualified. So that was sort of funny. But 3-point contest, I think, who won that? Tyler Hero won that?
Tyler Hero won that.
During Black History Month is insane. And then Mac McClung, he won the dunk contest again. During Black History Month is also insane. That's the type of reverse racism isn't real, but that feels like reverse. Like wheeling out Mac McClung to go do the dunk contest and then putting him back in the G League is reverse racism I can support. But
he's like, all right, buddy.
Get into the real events. The All-Star game happened, and it was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It was the absolute worst All-Star game I've ever watched. Like I'm going to remember it for being I'm going to remember it only because it was horrible. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not going to lie to you. This is probably the worst All-Star that I've ever seen, and it wasn't the players' fault this go round.
The format was just...
It was like, and for me, for people that don't know the format, like it's a tournament-based format. Like, they grab the winner and champion from the Rising Stars event and mesh them in with all the other, all-star people. Yeah. And all of them had Elon endings going to 40 points. Which me personally, I didn't necessarily have a problem with it in the beginning. Because it's like, all right, bet, like, let's move this along.
Yeah, you just want to see how it goes to 40 points. It shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that bad. And honestly, the first game was kind of whatever. But that second game, I wasn't mad at the second game. I low-key wasn't mad at the third game, low-key, until a certain point. But like the format of all these ads and fucking interventions and like TNT crew and shit, like
we have to stop. We're sort of getting it because it's a lot to talk about, but let's just sort of nail down a couple things. First, I guess one of the biggest issues I had was I think society has moved past the need for Kevin Hart to host things. Kevin Hart, he was in his prime. He was amazing. He was funny, blah, blah, blah. As this TNT thing they're trying to do, it was just his mic was very loud. It was like louder than everybody else's mic. And he was just wouldn't stop talking. And it wasn't particularly funny at all. And
yeah, it was one of those things where it's like it was one of those things. If me
I put it on mute, like he really ruined the viewing experience for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was really bad.
It's the equivalent of me and you like being at like I'm not trying to name drop somebody's crib, but like one of our people's cribs that we like go to, and it's like a gathering, and we just like talking and like trying to present something, and there's like a fly on the wall that has a camera, and it's like a whole bunch of people that don't know like who we are for real. Like they kind of know us, and they're just like looking at us, just kind of goofing around and just kind of like bullshitting because we're just with our niggas and having fun. But it's just not entertaining to other people because it's not a buttoned up presentation. It's just like, yo, my nigga, like
the jokes weren't funny either. Like all the jokes is of, oh, Shaq is so tall. Oh, Kevin Hart so short. Oh,
you look like a porn director.
This isn't funny. Like none of this was funny. I don't get it. And he was in everything. And then I think there was a break between the first game that had the Rising Stars there was a break between the game that had Kenny's team and Charles Barkley's team. After they played, there was a break, and they did like some weird fan contest.
Mr. Beast 100K thing.
And like a 3-point shooting contest with Damian Lillard or something. And they had like, I don't watch Mr. Beast. I don't know. I've never heard his voice until today, and it was horrible to hear. But I don't like, it was weird. It was awkward. It was in the middle of everything. It took way too long as well. And Jonathan the fan, he got the money. But it was that was also just bad. And it took way too much time because I feel like the 40-point games, 40 was, I think that score was way too low because I don't think they took into account that it's the All-Star game. They wanted people to try harder, but nobody's really trying hard. So they could get to 40 quickly. Everybody was shooting threes. It didn't take that long at all for them to reach 40.
Yeah. And it's a combination of that, and it's just like you're not going to be able to like properly put in, your reserves or your bench players. Like, me personally, I'm happy the nigga was just, Sengun was just an all-star. But I know that nigga didn't play more than 4 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe. He played 13 seconds in like the last game, but like it just wasn't enough time to get everybody in and deal with like any real rotation. So and me personally, when it comes to Mr. B stuff, I understand that it did take long. But I will say, due to everything else that happened with the rest of All-Star game, that was the least of my concern. I actually wasn't that bad. I actually wasn't that upset with the 100,000 thing, especially since he hit that hole at the buzzer. I'm like, all right, bet, cool. Niggas is cheering for him. Got a crowd pop. It's cool. But there's some other shit that I'm way more disturbed about than some fucking money. I ain't gonna lie.
And then we got to another issue I had. Like, I guess you sort of brought it up. Like, the players didn't really play that much because there was a whole lot of just so much going on. Because it really, I think I saw like a breakdown. I was trying to find it on Twitter because somebody like did like the actual like time breakdown of it. I couldn't find it, but I think if I remember correctly, the whole thing was like, I think it said like 1.5 hours of ads plus presentations and only, I think, 20 minutes of actual basketball playing, which is insane because it's an all-star game. Because also they had, I think it was during the final game, they had a like 20-minute break to call down the inside the NBA crew to like, oh, thank you for your service essentially. And because are they getting canceled? Or I thought that was at the end of the season.
I'm very confused because I thought they got renewed and repurposed for something else. Like I didn't know that.
So that's why I was like, why are they giving them these awards and saying, "Oh, this is our final time" and blah? Like y'all are doing this next season as well. So I was just in that whole thing that took up way too long as well, and it was during the middle of the championship game.
You do shit like that, I kid you not. If it's because it's going to be the last All-Star game that they're going to do on TNT, even though they're probably going to be on ESPN next year,
exactly.
Fine, do that shit at the end of the fucking like post game.
Or do it at the start. Don't do it during the middle. It's weird. Like, what? People are trying to see basketball.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like that was, and they did that right around the time like the players is actually kind of getting into rhythm.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, bet like Curry dropping some hella threes. Like it's kind of cold right now. Like, it's all right. I'm seeing some acrobatic stuff, and then you kill the momentum with this 20-minute segment that nobody was prepared for. Plus, man, trust me, I was at work. Even I wasn't prepared. I'm like, nigga, I wish somebody would have told me I was gonna do this. I would have thought like maybe at the 20-minute mark, like I mean not the 20-minute mark, but like the 20th point, like you're halfway to 40, maybe like that's your quote unquote halftime. Or during halftime. Didn't they have a halftime performance? Shit. Oh, shout out to LiAngelo Ball that had a halftime performance.
Oh yeah, he did. They said breath control was beating his ass.
I ain't gonna lie. Did you watch it?
Nah.
Have you seen it? I ain't gonna lie. The first 6 seconds, yeah. Breath control was beating that nigga. You could tell that was his first time, like rapping and moving at the same time. Like this is real first.
Like trying to project your voice while doing that. So I'm not surprised, but I mean, hopefully he gets better.
Yeah, because Detroit, when he was at the Detroit Lions game, like he was just standing and just kind of basically doing it. That's different than you like walking in
more like a full performance. You got the dancing, you walking in, the lights everywhere, and all that. So
yeah, but more power to him. Like there's potential, but just too much, just too high of a platform. Like there's no reason why you have this platform right now. Build yourself up, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I wasn't even mad at the halftime performance with E40 and Cardi B. Like I mean, it was It was okay. Like, it was cool. Like, people was like, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Look, it wasn't bad though. Like, even though you didn't want to see it, like, it wasn't awful. It was
Yeah,
cool.
like, and it was Saweetie was there, bro. I watched Saweetie do whatever, bro. It's Saweetie.
Type shit.
Exactly, bro. But since we on this All-Star topic, I want to bring up, because Draymond, it was in the Bay Area, so Draymond, and he also works for TNT and blah blah blah, or Turner Sports rather. So Draymond was there doing his Draymond thing and saying a lot of stuff, including guaranteeing the Warriors would win a championship this season. But he made some comments that I agreed with, but I don't know if Greg did. And let me pull him up real fast. Now this is Draymond talking about just the All-Star game as a whole. Because
before you even press play, look at this nigga mouth. I swear this nigga look like he about to say some bullshit. He about to say some shit that's gonna piss me off. Look at this shit. All right, you can play it now. But I'm like, bro, look at this shit.
Anyway.
I had to work. And this goes, I'm coaching some team. And she's right. Some team that no one wants to see.
Oh, man.
I had to work so hard.
The old man is crazy.
Hey, that ad-lib was perfect.
He knows he's gonna say something. I'm gonna keep it going though.
To play on Sunday night of All-Star Weekend, and because ratings are down, because the game's bad, we're bringing in Rising Stars. That's not a fix. I never played in the Rising Stars game. My first 2 years, I didn't touch that game.
Ooh.
And these guys get to touch the All-Star floor on Sunday night? Like, when the floor is the floor? You know, in America, the president has Air Force One, right?
Yeah.
They have several of those planes. It's only Air Force One if the president's on it. That's the All-Star floor. You have the court. You have the events. It's a nice looking court. When All-Stars are on the court, now it's the All-Star court. Those guys did not make the All-Star team. To be playing in the All-Star game and you did not make the All-Star team is absurd. And this goes.
I'm not gonna hold you. I agree with that completely. Like, shout out to Adam Silver for trying to do something different. Sometimes you try some stuff, it don't work. This is one of the things that did not work. But, like, goodness gracious, I don't. How do you feel about what he said, Greg? Because I understand. I appreciate. I don't really like the messenger, but I did appreciate the message.
I'll say it like this. I cut that shit off when that nigga said in America. Once that nigga said in America, I cut the rest of that damn shit off. I saw it. I was like, yo, that's when I was like, all right, my nigga. I'm gonna stop you right there. It's getting out of hand. But when I because for people that don't follow me on Twitter, I retweeted it and I was like, my brother in Christ, you made the sandwich. And I said that in a sense of like, okay, I can understand your reasoning of, okay, like the Rising Stars, they're not all-stars. But we got here for a reason. Like, this not like no shit like, okay, like everything was perfect, everything was cool and fine, and all of a sudden a nigga just decided to remix it up and say, you know what, fuck it. Let's jazz it up. It's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. No, obviously the shit is broke. And the nigga's just trying his best to fix it. And yes, I agree that, yeah, maybe you don't need the Rising Stars or something. But I'll tell you one thing. I saw motherfuckers sliding their feet a little bit faster against them Rising Star niggas. I saw
the Rising Stars were trying to win. I'm not gonna hold. They were trying to win.
Like, you can bullshit it. You can say you don't like it, but at the end of the day, them niggas looked a lot more active than last year. And that's a fact. Because last year looked fucking hideous. And the way that Draymond can fucking cry me a river with this bullshit when he talks about the All-Star and this is the All-Star court and we work so fucking hard. Y'all don't show it. Y'all don't show that it's a privilege to be on this fucking court because y'all bullshit it. So I don't feel bad that he decided to let Amin Thompson and Astor Thompson run up and down this goddamn court and try to compete and play some kind of form of defense. And even it doesn't have to be defense, but just show the best version of yourself. We're not telling you to break niggas' arms, but Steph Curry was probably by far the best thing that looked good at the All-Star game. And that nigga was throwing up half-court threes.
Kyrie was cooking a little bit too. Kyrie was cooking too.
Yeah, Kyrie was cooking too. Just, look, bullshit and style.
And Wemby was trying to. Wemby wanted to. Wemby was trying. Yeah.
So to sit here and act like the nigga completely flopped, you're being disingenuous. Because the point was still made. We needed to make some changes. We can't just continue to do what we was doing. Obviously, something worked. The execution was bad. That's all it was. Y'all executed the product bad, but the format and everything that they decided to do, it came in good fate, and it was a decent format if it was done correctly. It just wasn't done correctly. So him bitching, moaning, and complaining, I don't care. I hope they bring them niggas out again. I was low-key rooting for the Rising Star niggas to knock one of these niggas out.
I know they wanted to. I think next year they're going back because I think it was Trae Young. He was giving an interview really like right as the game ended. Like one of the media members were asking him, how do you feel about the game? He was like, yeah, no, I ain't like it. And I don't think anybody else really liked it either. So I feel like they're going to go back to the normal game format as it should have been in the first place. But
they're going to keep tweaking it. They're going to keep tweaking it. They're not going to just be like, oh, okay, we're just going back to the old format from last year. No, they're going to keep tweaking it.
I really think like the way they should do it is they should do it in a true pickup game type fashion. Like announce the All-Stars and this, that. And then once they get to the game, maybe like an hour or two before tip off, have the captains pick their teams like right in front, pick their teams like on the court, like right in front, and then get like an hour or whatever to sort of build some chemistry, get comfortable, and then go out and play it.
They've done that before though.
On the same day with an hour. And, really?
Well, not an hour. It was like
that's what I'm talking about.
Like 20 minutes, 20 minutes before tip off.
Oh, really?
It was shorter. It's done like, and they was like. I mean, it really didn't.
I think they should, of course. I think the winner gets some type of money, but have it in because I said this last year. They still have it like in like a cash bag. You have to hand the money to the winning team. I think that would bring back some type of pride, some type of respect in it. And if it doesn't change, then do a one-on-one contest.
Bro, you always say this, bro. Like you always say this, but you don't finish the full statement.
What you mean?
Ain't shoot them niggas.
Oh.
A nigga always bring up the money, but he don't ever talk about the gun. Nigga, it's a crucial part.
Have it like Squid Game.
Yeah. And I still need to watch season 2. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to find this nigga's tweet. Cause I like how yeah, here we go. I'm gonna share it because these views are not my own, and I'm not gonna act like I just came up this like off the dome. I gotta show love to this nigga. Shout out to Moose. He was like, I have an idea. Swap out the rising team with the 8 guys next up in the All-Star voting. Call them the All-Snub team. They do not get the All-Star accolade. However, if they win their first round matchup, it gets added to their resume, and the team they beat loses it.
I don't like
it. You feel me?
I feel like it's doing a little too much. I don't like it.
It's better than what
I understand the point they're trying to make, but I don't. And the players would play hard. I don't know though. How do you determine who is a snub and who isn't? It's just
who the snub is. You know exactly who the snub is. Yes, we do. Because if I scroll down, what's the first thing I see? Trae and Sabonis every year.
That was like the 5th thing you saw. That was like the 5th thing you saw. You were scrolling for a minute.
Shit. My fault. Yeah, you're right. It was like the fifth thing I saw. I don't know why I thought it was like right under the tweet. But, you know, you live and you learn. You live and you learn type shit. You know what I mean? So I'm a fan. Like I know that. Look, I know that's a lot. So I'm not really serious about that. But shit, something. Throw something at the board. That's why I'm tired of niggas like Draymond that just bitch moan and complain, but don't give me no alternative solution.
They did make the sandwich. But one thing though, like I said, I think they're gonna bring back the normal game. But even if they decide to stick with a tournament next year, just make the score higher. 40 is way too. Don't have all the damn breaks because that took everybody out.
That kills momentum.
But make the score like 50 or 55 or something. Make the score higher because they got to 40 way too fast.
Yeah, like if you go to 60, I feel like it gives you enough time to like bring in your bench unit or something and give them some minutes as well. Because they didn't like that last championship game. Like I don't know a lot of bench players that played. It was just starters in that hole. Like I said before, like I think Sengun only had like 13 seconds in that game. You know, skill issue, I guess, but still, like, look, figure it out.
For sure.
And honestly, everything else I have to say about All-Star could be like a hot take, so I'll just leave it alone. But I don't.
I know one more thing to All-Star before we get to hot takes and everything. LeBron, you knew you wasn't gonna play that All-Star game. You should announced that way earlier so somebody else could have got that spot. Same with Anthony Edwards because he ain't play either.
I understand because I was on that side of the fence, but a part of me felt like LeBron found out about the rest of the format. You know, not the tournament, but like the rest of the format and the TNT crew shit and all this other stuff. And I felt like he saw all this shit last minute and said, I'm not partaking in this bullshit. And I'm not gonna lie. And on top of that, because I can't defend Ant, but I can defend LeBron. This is not going to be his last All-Star because next year is going to be in LA. Next year All-Star is going to be in LA. That will be his last All-Star. And I think it pretty much confirms that next year is going to be his last season.
I've been thinking that though. I've been thinking that.
Too many lines it's too many stars that's aligning right now.
Well, you don't think he might try to play a little bit with Bryce? Wait till Bryce get in the NBA?
I mean, you think LA finna go grab Bryce too?
No, LA won't do it, but because LA's gonna be Luka's team by then, so maybe not.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, are you gonna take Bronny out of that G League and take him to whatever G League you go? I don't know. This just seems like a lot.
Yeah,
seems like a lot, but I'm not tripping if it happens though. If it happens, hey, more power to him. I'll fuck with it.
We'll see. But Greg, football season, it's over. So we don't have any more picks. So I'm sad about that. But that just means about that time.
It is about that goddamn time. All right. My hot take for All-Star weekend. There's a few things that, like, I understand that I don't think All-Star is ever going to be like quote unquote fixable because I really don't think it's made for adults anyway. If I'm being honest with you, like everybody keeps bringing back the past, and I'm like, my nigga, you was 6, 7, and 8 years old. Like how locked in were you on like the actual All-Star game? We saw cool shit, but like, I see my little cousin like look at shit all the time. That I'm like, this is shitty, but they love it. So like. We have to reevaluate ourselves. We are grown adults. Like, let's not take this too seriously. But I do agree that there are certain things that they can do to enhance the product. And I have a few things on my phone because I think 2016 is a good representation of like how good modern NBA All-Star can be. So I know people don't like the skills challenge or they shit on the skill challenge, but if you're going to still keep the skill challenge available, go back to the big man versus guard lineups at the same time. Stop doing this timed thing with them. Do it like right next to each other. Because I'm telling you, that team that had Karl Anthony Towns, Boogie, and some other niggas versus some guards with Isaiah Thomas and Cat drilling that three to beat the guards, and niggas was like cheering, like, oh shit. The niggas is here, the big niggas is here. Like, there was a sense of, aura. Like, I get it. I fuck with it. Do that. Another thing, get rid of minimalism. Please. When it comes to the jerseys, like, y'all did a better job this year. But they did a better job this year. I just don't understand why they haven't done like a situation where, of course, like you have, back in the day, everybody had their own, they had their team jersey.
Yeah.
But like everybody have their team jersey, but it's like all-star influenced. It's like an all-star team jersey. Almost like instead of doing NBA city edition jerseys, you do your all-star jersey for the all-star, your all-star. And only your all-star has those kind of threads that you can buy, and the merch is gonna go crazy or whatever. But you have to have the creativity to pull it off. Don't give us no bullshit. Don't give us like some plain shit. I know a lot of niggas saw that Texas A&M bullshit.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. But there's a marketing scheme that can go with that where it's like, okay, bet, cool. Like my Luka All-Star Edition jersey came in. And it's like still the team jersey though. Like it's still you're still Lakers, it's still Mavs. So doing something like that. And on top of that, don't for the Sunday event, because for Saturday, that's another thing. For the Saturday event, do some funny shit. Do some funny shit.
Not Kevin Hart.
No, not the Kevin Hart stuff. But like do some funny events, if that makes sense. Like last year, Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu, it was a different thing. And it was like, okay, bet, cool. This was kind of dope. I remember a long time ago, there was a Kevin Hart, Draymond Green 3-point contest. And that shit was kind of funny because the nigga got hold because Kevin Hart actually beat Draymond in the 3-point contest and he still gave the trophy to Draymond because niggas really didn't expect that nigga to actually win. That's some funny shit. Like that's some comedy. Whether it has to be Drewski or get Malik B. Somebody. Get somebody. Get somebody because there's enough funny niggas for you to pull some shit off. Like it's something. And I think the dunk contest, that's always going to be hit or miss. It just depends on what athlete decides to come up there. If Matt McClung wants to do it 5 more times, fuck it, do it. I think there's a storyline for them to even have like okay, I'm tired of this fuck nigga winning. Zach LaVine comes out of retirement. There's something that can breed it, but I'm not gonna. Zach mentioned.
Yeah, Zach LaVine, he mentioned going to the dunk contest next year. So did Ja. So did Giannis. They're probably all lying, but still, if they did, that'd be interesting if they did.
And stop bringing Zion and stop bringing Zion up in these dunk contest conversations. Like the nigga not gonna just keep spamming that 360 windmill, nigga. I don't think he has anything in the arsenal besides that.
He's just a hater. Now you just hating.
I'm hating a little bit. I am hating a little bit. And finally, for the Sunday event, keep the Elon endings, but like don't. I think Elon endings from the jump that should stay. They used to do like the Elon ending in the 4th quarter. Don't do that shit.
They're Elam endings.
Oh, my fault.
Stop calling that man is influencing you too much. He has too much influence.
Elam. I don't like that word either. If you're in Houston, you should understand why I said that. But that Elam ending, keep that. Keep that. Now you may need to up the score, but keep that ending.
Yeah.
And I think with those things and cut the damn commercials in half and stop doing bullshit like that, I think we can have a better product. I think we can have a better product that won't be perfect, but I think it'll be somewhat background watchable at best. And that's all I can really ask for because it's still better than the Pro Bowl. I don't give a fuck. Much as I talk shit about this, it's still better than the Pro Bowl. It's still better than our other options. So
you was not lying. You was not lying about that.
That's my extended, very long hot take. But I think if we incorporate all those things and take those things in consideration, maybe we'll have a different outlook.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, hey, we'll see.
That's really how it is. Like, yeah, all right, nigga. Yeah, if you say we'll see.
We'll see. All right, my hot take, and it's probably it might be a little hotter now that Mahomes and them lost. But my hot take is Patrick Mahomes is like if LeBron James had Michael Jordan's career, and Tom Brady is like if Michael Jordan had LeBron's career. And when I say that, I mean that as far as talent-wise, because Patrick Mahomes, he's like a LeBron level talent in football terms, of course. Not saying athlete because nobody's the athlete that LeBron is probably, but like their careers path is sort of similar. And like just watching them play, I even thought this before the Super Bowl. I was watching this game or watching the games they played and sort of comparing him to Tom Brady. And like they always get these Michael Jordan comparisons and LeBron comparisons, but that's just really how I feel. I feel like it's really like that. And you can sort of see it. Well, it's a little skewed now that Mahomes and them lost, but because Jordan has never lost, but it's sort of like that LeBron having Jordan's sort of, it's like LeBron talent having Jordan's career path. And then Tom Brady, we were talking about earlier, like maybe I think 10 Super Bowls, maybe more. And he
like not 10 Super Bowls or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't win all of them, of course, but he won a good portion of them. And that's sort of like LeBron has, because LeBron's been in damn near, or at least there was a period of time where LeBron was in every single finals for like a decade.
10 straight years. Yeah. 10 straight years, yeah.
And LeBron obviously didn't win all of them. That's sort of how I feel like Tom Brady has. That's where I see the similarities. That's really my hot take. Patrick Mahomes, he's like if LeBron had Mike's career and Tom Brady like Mike had LeBron's career. So that's my hot take.
I can see where you're coming from. Niggas gonna kind of look at you crazy because 7 out of 10 is definitely different than 4 for 12. But I get the vision though.
You see the vision. That's all I need. I just need people to see the vision.
Niggas get nitpicky when it comes to these niggas, when it comes to GOAT talk, but
yeah,
punishable
by death. Punishable by death. Bro.
Yeah, the meat riding does need to stop though. I think then we got to stop doing that. Not me, but I'm just saying, just in general. Hey, did you see these? Not to get off topic, but have you seen those all-star press conferences or post conferences of like just random people asking athletes questions, and it'd be like the lighthearted ones. Like there was one about Kyrie, and he was like, "Yeah, Kyrie's just so crafty." Sorry, Kyrie.
You're so tough. I was like, all right, bro, you need to relax. You need to relax, brother. But
did you see the one with Donovan Mitchell?
No,
he was just like a lot of people. He was like a lot of people call LeBron sunshine. My sunshine. Is there a lullaby you would like to be like called or whatever? And Donovan was just like, no, who calls that nigga sunshine? And like 3 different niggas like, I do. I mean, I do, me. And he was like, nah, I think anything that's inspired by like Spider-Man, like I think that's cool. But other than that, I'm cool off the lullabies. But the fact that I heard 3 different niggas in the background say I do had me fucking weak. Cause that's crazy. That's very insane. Death. Punishable by death.
Yes.
That's all I have to say. Oh man, we're getting towards the end of this podcast. And Jax, do you have any last words before we get up out of here?
Like I always say, brother, if you want to change your life, please go do some life-changing shit.
Life-changing.
Exactly. I know that's right.
That's what happens when you're with black women.
Oh shit!
That's my. the redacted show, they need to go viral very soon.
I gotta spam it again.
That's what happens when you're with black women.
Exactly, nigga. Exactly, my brother. For me, look, life is not it's not that deep sometimes. Y'all got to take a step back. Y'all need to just take a step back and understand you are a fucking adult. Sometimes you got to remember and remind yourself you are a fucking adult. Call that number if I ever catch you looking up TV ratings about the All-Star weekend. You are a grown ass man. At some point, it is not that deep.
None of it is.
You are a grown ass man. You can listen to Drake if you want to. You are a grown ass man. This whatever what's it called? Parasocial relationships.
Yeah. People got
you are
really
a grown ass man. I want you to remember that. Anytime you about to do something that just feels borderline childish, just understand. You pushing 25. You're 27. You're 26. You're 29. Some of y'all pushing 30.
Some of y'all are 30.
Some of y'all are 30 plus. Shit. You know what I mean? Some of y'all going through y'all mid, like I just said this a long time ago. Some of y'all going through y'all midlife crisis right now. You don't know about it. Y'all have no idea. I hate to be the one to break it to you. I'm gonna leave it at that because it might get a little bit morbid if I say anything else. But y'all get what I'm trying to put down. Live your life. With that all right. With that being said, we'll catch y'all niggas next week. Touching grass. Go get some bitches and leave us the fuck alone until next week.
Oh my goodness.